in 1987's Hong Kong movie An Autumn's Tale. The two main characters exchange gifts as they say goodbye. Neither of them knows what the other has chosen until they open the gifts. The man sells his only car to buy a gift that could match the woman's gold watch, a platinum watch chain. The woman, not knowing this, gives the man the gold watch she has cherished for years. Without the watch chain is useless.
Steve! The place down the street that sells gourmet bread.
How much? And that's $800. Come. Come. 13枚啊？13枚，送俾你嘅。
我有啲禮物送俾你啊。
We can use a payoff matrix to describe this story and analyze the behavior of the two characters. A payoff matrix lists each player's possible choices and the corresponding payoffs in matrix form. It allows us to study the rational actions that maximize each individual's payoff. The combination of choices that are mutually rational for both sides is called a Nash equilibrium. The male character is called 船頭尺 and the female character is called 13枚. Suppose 船頭尺 has two choices: to give the watch chain or not. Suppose 13枚 also has two choices: to give the gold watch or not. We can write down the payoffs for each case. If neither of them gives the gift, both get a payoff of 0. If both give gifts, then because the gifts lose their practical value, both get a payoff of -1. If 船頭尺 gives the watch chain, but 13枚 does not give the gold watch, then 13枚's gold watch now has a matching chain, so her payoff is 3. 船頭尺 is also satisfied, so his payoff is 1. If 船頭尺 does not give a gift, but 13枚 gives the gold watch, then 船頭尺 receives the watch and gets a payoff of 3. 13枚 will also feel happy, so her payoff is 1. Next, we find the Nash equilibria, the combinations of choices that are rational for both sides. First, consider 13枚's best choices. If 船頭尺 gives her the watch chain, her best response is not to give the gold watch, because her payoff is 3, which is higher than the other option -1. We underline the payoff 3. If 船頭尺 does not give a gift, 13枚's best choice is to give the gold watch, because that gives her a payoff of 1, which is higher than the other option 0. We underline the payoff 1 as well. Then we consider 船頭尺's best choices. If 13枚 gives him the gold watch, his best response is to keep the matching watch chain, because that gives him a payoff of 3. If he also gives a gift, he would get a lower payoff of -1. If 13枚 does not give a gift, his best choice is to give the watch chain, because that gives him a payoff of 1, which is higher than the other option, 0. We underline Xun Tao Chek's best payoffs too. Now, we find two pure Nash equilibria, the two combinations where both payoffs are underlined. One Nash equilibrium is Xun Tao Chek gives the watch chain and Sapsamui keeps the gold watch. The other is Xun Tao Chek keeps the watch chain and Sapsamui gives the gold watch. Game theory in economics suggests that the rational outcome is for one person to give a gift while the other does not. But in the movie, the choices made by Xun Tao Chek and Sapsamui are not the Nash equilibrium. Instead, they end up with the outcome that gives both of them the lowest payoff, -1. Their behavior seems irrational. Of course, you might say that love is often irrational and cannot be analyzed using economics. However, their actions can be explained by game theory if we slightly change the payoffs in the matrix. If we think deeply, although the gifts they receive lose their practical value, the true value of the gifts is not in the objects themselves. It lies in the deep love and willingness to sacrifice for each other. We should take this emotional value into account. If we add the emotional value to the payoffs, the matrix changes. Suppose giving a gift brings an emotional value of +5. We add +5 to corresponding payoffs for both sides. If Xun Tao Chek gives the watch chain and Sapsamui also gives the gold watch, then even though the gifts lose their practical use, Xun Tao Chek's payoff rises from -1 to 4. If Sapsamui keeps the gold watch, Xun Tao Chek's payoff rises from 1 to 6. By the same logic, if Sapsamui gives the gold watch, her payoffs also increase by 5, becoming 4 and 6 respectively. For this new payoff matrix, we can find a new Nash equilibrium. Both Xun Tao Chek and Sapsamui choose to give the gift. You can use the same method as above to identify the combination of best responses for both sides by yourself. Economics not only studies how firms produce and sell, how consumers purchase and consume, and how market prices change, but also helps us understand the behaviors and choices we observe in our real lives. Today, we used the game theory to explore a touching scene in the movie An Autumn's Tale. Because Xun Tao Chek and Sapsamui make a sacrifice at the same time, the gifts they receive end up being useless in a practical sense. However, the true value of the gifts is never in the objects themselves. It's in the deep love shown by giving up something precious for each other. if we add the emotional value to the payoffs in the matrix, we can obtain a new Nash equilibrium, which is the choice by the two characters in the movie. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you soon. Take care. Thank you for watching this video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. See you next time.